Yo, people, you telling me back again for another Red Talk. Big up the chat. A lot to speak about. The Somerville bomber raid, boy. Like, out of nowhere. Out of nowhere. The funny thing is, yeah, to my recollection, obviously I'm not online as much as you lot. But I saw he was in talks with Roma, and it was him and Garnacho they were going after. Now they're saying Garnacho might be going Aston Villa, and Somerville is going Al Hilal, blood. This window is crazy. I'm not gonna lie. Do you know what I'm saying? This window is actually crazy, bro. Because fam, how the hell, yeah, were AS Roma supposed to be getting 2 players, blood, and in the space of, I don't even want to say 24 hours. In the space of 12 hours, both players are going somewhere else. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, brother, it's mental. And apparently it's 80 million euros for Somerville. I don't know what that is in pounds. What is that in pounds? Is that like 50 something? Is that like 55 million? Like how much is that? Big up Flawless in the building. You already know what time it is, my G. Somerville, 80 million euros to Al Hilal. I don't even know why it's in euros, blood, because we're in England and Al Hilal's in Saudi. Yeah. So why are they telling me 80 million euros? That's fucking ridiculous. What can I do with that?
68 million, just over 68 million pound.
All right, cool. 68 million for Somerville is crazy. You know them way there. It's crazy.
West Ham. That's very, very good business by West Ham. It's very fresh for a player in the championship. That is a very, very good business.
Bro, you see West Ham, but this is why even more kudos have to go here to Man United, because, brother, West Ham are trying to bump us. Like, bro, it's very, very clear, yeah, that West Ham are in such dire need of the money. And they said it, to be fair, the highest bidder gets Fernandes.
Yeah, which is smart on their part. Yeah, which is very, 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 very smart.
They need the money to get 68 million Great British pounds, yeah, for Somerville. These men are on their knees for money, bro. You know what I'm saying? That's what the reality is, because how do we go from hearing that Roma's bidding in the regions of like the 40 millions for Somerville to 68 million slap? Bam. No negotiation, just straight hold that.
Yeah, facts. I'll give them props. Like I said, because they needed to raise a certain amount because they got relegated. And it's a seller's market. And this is why you can put big fees on these players, because clubs will pay it. Clubs will pay it for various reasons. Clubs will decide, hey, you know what, we're just going to run this and we're going to quote unquote overpay. Maybe they think it works in the long run. That's what it is. But I rate some of them. I think he's a good player. But I think 68 million is ludicrous. Yeah. I think it's ludicrous for him.
Oh, it's mental.
That's most signings. That's most. And even this, Garnacho to Villa, like,
bro, like, you know what it is? Like I said in the Mandem Talk group chat, I believe because Aston Villa and Chelsea are both in FFP problems, I believe it's a thing where they went to Aston Villa and they said, listen, Ranman Rodgers will run you Garnacho. Do you know what I mean? And then obviously, because man know you got FFP issues, you could just pay us next year. You know, like that.
Maybe
because that's what it looks like. Because obviously Aston Villa need the bread. And Chelsea have given them the money and they've said, you know what, just pay man back next year and a little brethren thing. You know what I'm saying? I believe that's what's happened, because they're going to get their money back for Garnacho. Whatever they paid us 40 million, they'll probably get 45 from Villa next season. Do you know what I'm saying?
Works for us. Run us the 10% of that. If it's 45 or whatever, like run the 4.5 million, 5 million, whatever it is. But yeah, Garnacho is just, this guy continues to get moves. This guy, like, if I'm Villa, I look here, I go, yo, we could have went anywhere else, but we decided to go with Garnacho. Like, all right, man, make it make sense. Like I say, that's just it's got to be a numbers thing as well. I did see this also, which makes sense.
We'll speak about that, because I figured that was the case. And this is why everyone's screaming about Belabor. You have to get me Wharton or Sanderberg, bro. One of them two, bro. Like, the more man's trying to see, yeah. And also, I want to see where Michael Carrick utilizes Yuri. If he utilizes Yuri as the deeper of the two midfielders, or if he utilizes him as the 8, because he can do both, innit? Like in a double pivot, you don't have to have a designated 6, but it will be interesting to see in the double pivot if more often than not Yuri's the one that drops deep for the ball. Because remember, we had Cass and Eriksson in a double pivot and it worked.
Yeah, because Eriksson can do that Yuri utility. He's good enough technically, and he's a good enough passer of the ball. Because that's why that midfield duo worked, despite people would say, "Oh, the lack of athleticism and the lack of legs." Etc. I think he'll do it on a game by game basis. To be honest, I think he'll look at the opposition, and I think he'll go, "All right, who is it gonna be easier to dominate the ball against? All right, who's gonna cause us more issues defensively?" And then he might switch it where he does go with whoever this other midfielder is. Because I think they will. Out of the 4, will probably have the most defensive prowess, whether it is a Belieber or a Kone or it is a Sandenberg, for example. I think whoever that is will get utilized in the bigger games more so. So if we're away at City, for example, I could see that. But then if we're at home to Ipswich, Tielemans and Maino, for example, I think that's how we'll look at it. That's what I would say. And I think Santos could be utilized at points, not necessarily from the start, but in those type of games, seeing games out, etc. Because he's like a jack of all trades type of player. So yeah, that's how I look at it, to be honest.
Yeah. And yeah, that's what I'm saying. Man said because of PSR, FFP rules, if 2 teams do a deal within 45 days, it goes down as a swap deal. And obviously that's negative for PSR. But again, it's the same sentiment. Do you get what I'm saying? Because what would have happened is they would have gone to Aston Villa. They would have said, we want Morgan Rogers. And they would have said, cool, we want Garnacho. That's what it would have been. So man said, all right, cool, run us the P's now. You can pay us next season. Do you know what I'm saying? So whether the PSR, FFP rules are there or they're not there, like, regardless of the semantics, it's definitely Chelsea doing them man a favor, bro, because they've given them money and given them a player as well.
Yeah, like it's just Villa being interested in Garnacho. Like the doing a favor thing makes sense because FFP and everything. You got to do your best to work around it and loopholes and etc. But like, what makes you as Aston Villa and Emery go, yeah, bring in Garnacho? After having watched him at Chelsea, having watched him at Manchester United, forget the off the pitch stuff, just solely on the pitch. What did you see that makes you go, yeah? Which goes to show, I've been saying this, I think it's data. I think it is. I think they've looked at his data and gone, oh, because of his volume. So because he shoots so much and he crosses so much, if he can turn those to be, if he can get more successful, if he can be more successful in terms of scoring goals and completed crosses and chances created, we've got one hell of a player. But we don't, football don't work like that. But
also he's not on big wages. Do you know what I mean? Like this thing, every winger getting moves bar Rashford. It's because of Rashford's wages, bro.
Rashford's wages.
Do you know what I'm saying? Because how Aston Villa haven't come back in for Rashford, after losing Rodgers, it tells you something. Do you know what I mean? Nobody's comfortable paying Rashford that money, bro, because he's not worth that money. And it's an uncomfortable conversation that he would have to have with himself, blood. Do you know what I'm saying? Because nobody seems to think that he's worth that 300 plus grand a week that he's on, which is why Barcelona would rather pay money and wages to Anthony Gordon. And they've paid more than double what Man United would have asked for Rashford and Adeyemi, bro, because of the wages. And then the fact that someone as shit as Garnacho, has got to move to Aston Villa from Chelsea, which is a sideways or even an upwards step. He's failed upwards, Garnacho, somehow, off the back of a poor season at Chelsea.
That baffles me. That baffles me. And they don't even have wingers like that to the point where it's like, you could genuinely get first team minutes on a regular basis. And that goes to show with Rashford, it is a wages thing. And I think everybody who's looking at Rashford, or any clubs that's interested in him, whether it's the top clubs or lower profile clubs, are saying, well, just wait. Because he's still going to be there. Well, just wait. I can see a loan deal and near the end of the window. Near the end of August, loan deal. Whether that's at Arsenal, whether that's at Aston Villa, whether that's at Chelsea, whether that's somebody abroad. I would do the same thing. If I'm looking at Marcus Rashford, I'd go, right, so you're going to be available on loan. I'd probably have, let's say, argument's sake, I pay 30% of your wages. I'm cool with that. And I don't have to put in an option to buy. I don't even have to put in an obligation to buy if I don't really want to, because you say to Manchester United, all right, you keep him then. You keep a player there with that money that is currently right now without a squad number. I don't even think he has a squad number. right now. So that's how I look at it in regards to it.
Oh, listen, like when a club, that man said to Musa, in the group chat, when a club gives away your shirt number, it's like a thing changing the locks and changing a number, bro. Like, do you know what I'm saying? Like, she don't want to see you, bro. Do you know what I'm saying?
And that's it. And I think Manchester United are, and shout out to my guy Dazzler who said this. I think United look, and Rashford are going, all right, you know what? We're just gonna look like everything's all well and good to try and get you a move. So it's like we're not gonna put you in the bomb squad and force you out because that further lowers your value. So we're gonna say, hey, you know what? Maybe he comes back. But I think it's in the best interest of everybody for Rashford to get a move. Granted, could he still be here? Yes. Do I think he gets a move? Yes. I think it's a late loan deal. Like I said, at Arsenal, at Aston Villa, at Chelsea, maybe a team pop up like a Borussia Dortmund out of nowhere. I'm just throwing teams out there, people, just for the hypothetical. But I think he makes a move. I don't think Rashford's not trying to play, and he don't play. I know he's saying, "Oh, Carrick wants to work with him." Yeah, that makes sense. I say it makes sense. Like he's come through. Carrick's English, Rashford's English. He's come through the youth system. Of course, Carrick's like, "Hey, you know what? I can turn this around." But I think it's been dead and buried, man. It's been 10 years. It's been 10 years.
Yeah, I hear it. And this is Nathan Salt, bravo. Nathan Salt. I don't know. I keep seeing his name. I don't know what it means. Bro, like I hear what they're saying about Michael Carrick. I believe Michael Carrick does want to transition into a 3-man midfield. I do. And I think that once we get more midfield options, there will be games where Bruno gets moved out to the wing or he might be utilized. He utilized Bruno in a false 9 position before when he was the manager. Do you know what I'm saying? So I think there's going to be games where he gets moved out to the wing for sure, like in games where we want to dominate the ball. And I think this is why Michael Carrick wants ball players in midfield. This is why I don't think the Belabor thing, I don't think Michael Carrick fancies him. I don't think Michael Carrick fancied Ederson. I believe the Ederson deal was a deal that Man United probably had in place, from well into the season. Do you know what I'm saying? And then Michael Carrick's looked at it and said, you know what? Like, if this ain't going to go through, I'd rather a different profile, because what the Athletic published was that when there was issues with the scan on Ederson, Yuri Tielemans, Michael Carrick wanted him. Michael Carrick was like, yo, I like this player. Like they brought Yuri Tielemans to Michael Carrick and he was like, yeah, sign him now. So Michael Carrick wants footballers, bro. Yeah,
that's obvious. Like if Yuri Tielemans is available, especially at that price, I keep saying about that deal, he could have been 20 million more. He could have been 55 million. And I would have at 55 is still a good deal. I would have still said, I'm still in shock that that deal happened. I'm still in shock more so that the price, even though Tielemans wouldn't have been on my list in regards to, you could have given me 100 names and said, name 100 midfielders United are going to sign. I wouldn't have mentioned Yuri Tielemans. And then if you would have said, all right, we're going to sign and name the price, I would have never have guessed 35 million. And I think Ederson, we looked at it and went, yeah, go and sign him. And I think more so the Santos deal surprised us. I think we've been linked to him before. We like his profile. We like him as a player. And then when we seen he was available for 50 million, we went, hold up.
No, so but you know what's funny with that deal?
Tielemans for 35. It was like, boom.
At the time, we thought that the Santos deal became available, so we pulled out of the Ederson deal. But it was meant to be Ederson and Santos. That's what the mad thing is. Like Carrick wanted Tielemans to replace Ederson. I thought it was the other way around because of the timing of the deals, innit? But then after the Yuri Tielemans deal came out, they published a thing in the Athletic saying that Yuri Tielemans' availability was made known to Carrick, and Carrick was like, yeah, no, get him. Do you know what I'm saying? So if Carrick's saying I want a Tielemans profile over an Ederson profile, I don't see us going back in for Belabor now. Because Belabor's a similar profile to Ederson.
Yeah, potentially in regards to, we know he's more off the ball, he's more defensive prowess, etc. And if you are looking to go to a midfield trio, do I think Belabor could play in that? Yes, but obviously Alex Scott, for example, at Sandenberg fit that more. I do love the idea of a 3-man midfield. As much as Bruno playing in a false 9 is not ideal, if we have to play Bruno as a false 9 to get a 3-man midfield, that's something I'm cool with. I like that model. I've been saying this from afar because I think it gives you more control in the midfield. It gives you more dominance. I also think it makes you harder to break down rather than playing a 4-2-3-1 with 2 midfielders and a 10. I think that's why, I think not the key, but I think it's instrumental in PSG's success. I don't think you get the same team and get all those individuals performing as well as they do without their 3-man midfield. If they had a traditional 10, let's say it was João Neves, Vitinho, and a 10, I don't think their midfield works as well. I don't think their wingers work as well, their fullbacks, etc. But everyone's going to have their, as we spoke on this show many times, preferences. That's my preference is a midfield trio. So if you're telling me it's Tielemans, Maino, and one other, cool. Even if that was a Belieber, even if it was a Kone, I'm just like, I like the idea of a midfield trio rather than a 10 who is a defensive liability kind of thing, and you have 2 midfielders in there. No, go get 3 midfielders and go dominate, because that tells me we're going to go and try and dominate teams. I'm all for. If United's plan is to keep the ball 65-70% of the time, sign me up now. I don't care. If that's the aim wherever we go for the most part, sign me up right now for 65%, 70% of the ball. 100%. Run me that.
100%.
I think we're packing some teams.
Yep. I agree completely. Obviously we've been linked with Alex Scott or a player like that. A player like that would enable us to play that fluid kind of football. Alex Scott is like, his profile is weird, isn't it? Because it's kind of like a Vitinha-esque / do you know what I mean? Like a Bandulu Thiago thing, bro, where he gets on the ball and he dribbles and that. Do you know what I'm saying? So that profile would be wavy for us. This link, Zaire Emery link, I just don't like links with Man United right now for the simple fact that I just don't believe them now. Do you get what I'm saying? Because all the players who come out the blue, we haven't gone in for them.
Yeah. It's because the way the 2 deals come out the blue. And who was it? Was it Luckhurst who was complaining on socials about the Tielemans deal and how he wasn't briefed? I'm paraphrasing. The chat will know exactly what I'm talking about.
Man saying he weren't briefed, because the thing is,
you don't need to
dark. Since Ineos have come in, it's gone dark. Like, no one's getting no info, bro. Do you know what I'm saying? And a lot of people have said since they've taken over, like, they can't get no information on nothing. And I think that's brilliant, man. Like, a lot of people don't realize is that Ineos, the money that they paid to take over the footballing operations. So everything to do with how we recruit, this is what they paid for when they took over at the club. Do you know what I'm saying? So because of that, they've completely revamped how everything is done. And that's why it's very, very difficult for people to kind of get ahead of us. But that also keeps the price of our targets down.
And I'm all for that. Like, as much as I'm a fan of Zaire Emery, and if we get Zaire, I agree with who cooked here in regards to Zaire Emery. That's a player I think is quality. And if United were going to sign him, especially at that price, I'm all for it. But yeah, we don't have to know. Same way we don't have to know, journalists don't have to know. Go get these deals done. As long as you're bringing in quality to Manchester United at what I believe is the right price, I'm going to have no complaints. 0 complaints. So whether that's a Zaire Emery, like we've mentioned, whether that's a Alex Scott, a Kone, a Belieber, etc., go and get these deals done. However you want to play, go and approach that. I like what we've done so far and where it seems to be heading. And that's why I take the reports like yourself with a pinch of salt, because it seems that, again, everyone knows we're in for midfielders, so people are just going to put reports out there. People are just going to do guesswork. So
facts, but this is the thing, like even the Somerville thing to a certain degree, yeah, it's like you have to pay attention to the teams that players are linked with and where they end up. Do you know what I'm saying? And then you realize that a lot of the stuff is being briefed and fed by the agents. Because if you look at Fernandes, for instance, yeah, you saw Arsenal, Man United, Real Madrid, PSG linked to him. He ends up at Spurs. So were they really in for him? Doubt it. You know them ones, because if all them teams were in for you and you end up at Spurs, that's crazy. Do you know what I'm saying? And the same goes for Tonali as well. Tonali was linked with a whole host of teams. He ends up at Spurs. So the chances were, yeah, probably 75% of the teams man was linked with, like, it was a fabrication.
Yeah, and that's the job of the agent as well. Well, go on.
Pardon?
I said that's the job of an agent as well. They're supposed to do that. That's 100%. The job of an agent. They're supposed to do that shit.
They have to try and drive up the fee and drive up the player's salary, expected salary. Of course, that's their job, innit? So when you look at situations like the Somerville one, yeah, the fact that he's ended up at Al Hilal, yeah, and he was in talks with Roma, that means probably a lot of the Premier League interest they said was there, wasn't there?
Not as strong as people, because this is where people get things misconstrued, where, or they be like, oh, United are interested in such and such a player. So Somerville, United are interested in Somerville. Somerville's on the list. Well, and truly, we're looking at left wingers. Somerville's on the list. Makes sense. Yeah. That doesn't mean you're going to go in for Somerville. He might be number 3, he might be number 4 on the list. Just because you're on the list does not necessarily mean that you're. Have we made an approach? If United was serious about Somerville, there's a serious approach to his representatives or West Ham or both. All right, let's see the interest. We know there was genuine interest in a Mateus Fernandes, for example. Spurs bid higher, he ended up there. But that's where people are United interested in such and such. Yeah, cool, he's on the list because we're looking at a host of left wingers. Because if you only have one target on your list, if you miss out on that, there's nothing else. So if we're looking at midfielders, there's a whole host of midfielders. Do I believe all the midfielders we've been linked to are on the list? Yes, I do. How serious is the interest? I think it varies. And that's where, you missed out on such and such a target. Did we go in for such and such? No. So he was just on the list then. That's what that was.
This is it.
Like 100%. Tonali, for example. Like we didn't really go in for it. Was Tonali? Yeah, it makes you'd be silly.
We didn't go in for Tonali. Like the fact that Tonali was on the list, Tonali was probably on the list because we knew that he was available. Yeah. So we are probably interested to see how much you'd be available for. Then that would determine just how interested we are. Yeah. Do you know what I mean? Because you can be interested in something, but you're interested at the right price. Do you know what I'm saying?
Like, it makes sense. You'd be dumb to be looking at central midfielders and then have Tonali and know Tonali's available and not have him on your list. That's just incompetent. And then, like you said, you find out about his price. You find out about his wages. And then if it's too high, you go, all right, cool. We just keep it stepping and keep it moving. But people always get that confused. Oh, he was on the list. Yeah. Because the list is long. There are probably 5-6 targets on the list, maybe even more. Like, yeah. People gotta relax.
100%. This Zaire Emery thing, one thing I would say is he's a very good player, man. Do you know what I'm saying? He's good on the ball, comfortable on the ball, press resistant, can pass. Do you know what I'm saying? And he reads the game well. He'll probably, to be honest, even though I don't think we're in for him, if he was available, I could see why a move to United would interest him, because he'll be guaranteed first team football for the first time in his career. Do you know what I mean? And he's at a team that he's never going to be guaranteed first team football, because the joke is, if Fabian somehow ends up leaving PSG at some point, they'll probably buy someone else to replace him. You know, the ones like Zaire Emery is like, it's one of them things where, to be fair, when you're an academy player at clubs, for the most part, or if you come through, if you join a club really young, and do you know what I mean, they look at you like that. Like, for instance, like when we signed Ahmad, like, even though we bought Ahmad, we look at Ahmad as an academy player. And when you're an academy player like that, it's easier to drop someone like that. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
Easier. It was the same when we had Mason Greenwood. Like, it was so easy to just sub him off, blood, instead of subbing off other players. Do you know what I mean? Because you're a young player, he came through the academy. It's like, they almost treat you like you should be happy to be here kind of thing. Do you know what I mean? So when you move on, you don't have that.
Yeah, because there's not a story surrounding it. That's why you said there, like, if you drop a player who's high profile, who's big money, it's big money player dropped from the squad, or big money player continues to get subbed off, and it's a story, rather than it's academy player because you didn't pay money for him. So the expectation is also much less as well. The expectation because he's granted quote unquote free, and he's not came in for a big transfer fee. So I see what you're saying with that. But yeah, Zaire Emery is a quality player, 110%. He's available. Again, like we're just talking about Tonali. You'd be stupid to be looking at central midfielders. Zaire Emery's available or potentially available and not go and get him or go and inquire about him. Whether he's available at that price, I don't know. I'm unsure.
That's it. Man said Forest in advanced talks with Diamande from Sporting. Brother, this guy's been linked with everyone and their nan, and man's going to end up at Nottingham Forest. You see what I mean about football? This is why sometimes, you have to just wait, and allow people to cook themselves. You know what I mean? Because man was saying that we should have signed him.
He is the name that popped up. Ironically, shout out to my guy Jez, mentioned him literally just yesterday, because we was getting asked about centre backs, and he was like, because people was asking me about centre backs, and I was saying there isn't really any in the Premier League or in Europe I look at and go, go and sign such and such, even though I think we need a centre back, and he had mentioned him as well. We do need to find a balance. I agree with this. Yes, and it seems
I completely agree with that. Do you know what I'm saying? I completely agree with that. So, you know what I mean? It's funny, bro. Like, when you actually look at the situation, with the transfer market at the moment, it's like I'm more inclined to believe that United are gonna sign someone that we're not openly linked with. Oh, man, saying it's a different Diamande. What? It's not the defender. It's not the centre back.
He's a centre back, but there
That's
might
the
be
centre
more
back I'm talking about. We were
there is.
Ruben Amorim. Man was saying we should have signed him. I'm not talking about. I don't think he's the winger. I'm not talking about the winger. I'm talking about the centre back. And I said he looked like a bozo when we was linked to him under Ruben Amorim. Man was saying that we should sign that brother. There was him and there was the other fucking the other centre back as well. What's the other centre back's name? The Portuguese one or
the chat one? I know you're talking about, but his name has left me. But
they were both the centre backs. People were saying, "Oh, you should go get them and that." And I was like, "Get the fuck out of here! This Diamande looks like a bozo." But we were linked with him and Inacio, them two. Like, get out of it. Man didn't want none of these brothers anywhere near Manchester United. And now we're getting linked to the left back, the Uruguayan bro who actually looks decent. Fuck is his name? The left back. He actually looks decent though. The left back, to be fair. I've seen United linked to him a few times, but ultimately we've seen Araujo, that's the one. He looks decent. I can't lie. From what I've seen of him, like if we were to fuck around and go get that guy, cool. He looks mad attacking, innit? So I wouldn't be against that. But in general, the Diamande thing, he looks clumsy, bro. He looks clumsy. But imagine, man saying Man United should get him, now he's going Forest. Do you see what I mean? Like, this is why, bro. What's that Jose quote? Man said, look where they're playing now and that. You see that Jose quote? Brother, it's the realest shit ever, bro. Like, a lot of man get linked with all these clubs and that. Man have to watch and see where these motherfuckers end up. Do you know what I'm saying?
A lot of the time, they don't even make moves. That's the craziest part. A lot of the time, like we were talking about this, like the likes of Milinkovic Savic and players like that. Because I remember he got linked to everyone for summers.
He ended up in Saudi.
And then he just didn't make a move and then ended up in Saudi. It was also he was talking about this. Oh, it was the Portuguese central midfielder. I think his name's Carvalho. He was another one as well. He got linked with so many teams over again, and I'm taking it back a bit further.
You got linked with us, bro. And the man ended up growing a moustache. That was like the highlight of his career. You know what I mean? Like, bro, brother, there was Bear Man. What's his name as well? That Vlahovic as well. Bear Man were like, oh, Vlahovic, Van Nistelrooy, and that brother. This guy's rotting in fucking Italy, blood. Do you know what I'm saying? And then now this brother's got no club, fam. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, this is what I'm saying. Like, all of these guys where man are like, boom, these men become like, it's not even the streets won't forget. The streets will forget you. Like, do you know what I'm saying? Vlahovic.
Let's be honest, man. The streets was never like, it was all, like I said, the agents have a job to do. That's where we stems from. The agents have a job to do. That's where we're at. That's it, man.
But Dusan Vlahovic was meant to be this enigma centre forward. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, bro, absolute loser, bro. And this is what I'm saying. He's been linked with every club, and every season he didn't move. Nobody went in for him. So it's one of them things. And I felt like Gyökeres was going to be that guy moving forward, but Arsenal ended up coughing up the money. I bet they regret it now. But do you know what I'm saying? There's just some of these players where it's like they are where they are for a reason. Like, certain teams that are not coming in for these players for a reason. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, at some point, man need to understand that the data, like, these men have the underlying data and they're like, nah. Do you know what I'm saying?
No, George, without doubt. That's why I always take it with a pinch of salt. Unless I've watched the player for any like significant amount of time and a number of games to go, all right, cool, I have to rate this player or I don't rate this player. But people just hear a name and get gassed. That's what it is. People hear a name like Vlahovic. I watched Vlahovic enough times and never got it. I didn't understand it. People are like, oh, he's Vlahovic. I remember getting linked to Arsenal a lot as well. I was like, I don't see it. Seems like a decent that's it. Nothing special. But
the Milinkovic Savic thing was crazy. This brother was getting compared to Paul Pogba, you know.
Milinkovic Savic, yo, that was
he's getting compared to Paul Pogba. Do you know what I'm saying? And then brother, man ended up in Saudi. So I don't know. It's a bit of a mad one. Bro, man has seen Juventus links for ZIRKEE recently. Man don't know how that's gonna materialize. One thing I'd say about Josh here is like, the whole time he's been at Man United, there's always been interest in him. You know them ones? Like, the whole time. Like, these Italian clubs, they see the value in him. So if he's got an opportunity to go back to Italy, and we've got an opportunity to get our money back, I'll be happy for him if he decides to leave, because even though he's a cool brother, yeah, and he's outwardly like happy at the football club, which he is, because I just think he's just a nice person, but he'll want to play football.
Of course, it won't game time. So that'll be the conversation I'm sure he'll have or would have had already with Carrick in regards to how much game time he's going to get, when he's going to play, where he's going to play, etc., etc. Like, what is the plan? Does he want to move back to Italy and go, like you said, play more? Is it a fight for my place type of thing? So, we'll see. Like I said, it's unknown because he's not. He hasn't said anything. The club's not said anything. So it's all really
the club seem happy with him. He seems happy at the club, but the issue is, he's the kind of player that he needs rhythm. He needs games. You know them ones. You can't judge ZIRKEE until he gets a run of games, blood. Because he's not a player like a Rashford or whatever, these moments players. Do you know what I mean? Who can just be out of a game and then they might just produce something mad. He's a player that needs to build his rhythm. Do you know what I'm saying? And a lot was made of the Wrexham game, which was extremely disingenuous anyway. Do you know what I'm saying? I wouldn't say Man United have treated ZIRKEE badly. The fans have treated him badly. Do you know what I'm saying? But the fans treat most players that look like him badly. That's the truth. Do you know what I'm saying? That he's not the only one. He's not the first. He's not going to be the last. They've done the same thing to Martial. They've done the same thing to Jadon. They'll keep doing it. They've done the same thing to Pogba, and they'll keep doing it, bro, because that's the fan base. Do you know what I mean? Whether people like it or not. Like, it's a conversation a lot of people don't want to have. But the truth is, like, they never had the energy, for Rasmus Højlund that they had for Joshua ZIRKEE, bro. And Rasmus Højlund is useless, bro. Do you know what I'm saying? And he's shown to be useless. And the funny thing is, the brother never scored a goal in his first, 17 games or something like that.
Crazy. It was mad. It was mad.
You know, he's young. Give him time. Like, he's not getting service. And then as soon as it's Josh, and bearing in mind, even when Josh is not scoring goals, my man's still trying to link up and he's showing little bits of quality, but that's not enough for these guys. But a man going 17 games, goalless and not contributing in any way is okay for them. So with that in mind, I wouldn't say that the club's treated him badly because, bro, the manager seems to like him. The players like him. Do you know what I mean? Kobe even done man's celebration when he bagged the goal against Leon, I think it was. So
it was the Leon game.
So man rate him in the training. Man rate him in training. When the team scores, he's running on the pitch and celebrating. He just seems like a cool brother. And even when Man United are putting out a lot of media stuff, he's in a lot of it, bro. They like him.
Yeah, because he seems, like you said there, he seems like a nice guy. The harmony of the squad looks good. And one thing I'll say even further than that in regards to him not getting a run of games to see the best of him, that's most players. Like, that's 99.9%. That's why I've not completely written him off. And people are like, oh, ZIRKEE's terrible. ZIRKEE's not good enough. I'm like, at least give him a run of games to let's see the level he's at. And he isn't the only one. There's other players I look at in this. I put Euro in that bracket. I put Heaven in that bracket, etc. Like, let's give no player is ever.
Euro's another one. Another one that Euro has shown. He's shown a lot of quality. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but he's just not got the opportunity.
But who hasn't?
Yeah, and he's going to make mistakes as a centre-backs, not even just young centre-backs, better centre-backs than him who are more experienced and of better quality. So with me, I always say this is like, who with ZIRKEE's minutes has ever succeeded? Like, let's give him and that's unfortunate for him that he joined Manchester United when he did. And then when Carrick got in, we only had one game a week. And Carrick was working with what Carrick was working with was working and yielding results. So therefore, you can't even look at it in regards to that. And one thing I will say, as bad as the crowd treated him as well, after that, the way the fans supported him, I think it was the game after, they were singing his name, etc. Props. But
the match-going fans, again, they love him. Do you know what I mean? Because they see the quality up close, bro. They sing this guy's name when he's not even on a pitch. So I'm not speaking about the match-going fans, but these mutants online, these famous delinquents, it's these lot. Do you know what I'm saying? These are the ones that are always talking shit. And the funny thing about it is, these men don't know football. These men are extremely low IQ, bruv. And the funny thing is, when you look at the Wrexham game, like, if you want to be disingenuous and point out his performance, but all of our attackers struggled in that game because we had a non-existent midfield, bro.
Yeah, and also it's the first friendly and they've not played football in months. Like, Like, especially the first friendly. It's about fitness, no injuries, getting up to match speed. I didn't even watch the game. Like, it's a friendly match.
But I wasn't even gonna watch it. I was gonna be out, but then it just so happened I was in the house. I said, "Fuck it, I'll watch it, bro." It's a glorified training match, bro.
Yeah,
it's a glorified training match.
It's outrageous that people will do that. So if he would have scored a hat trick and we win the game 3-0, is everything all well and good?
But
like,
exactly, what they would have gassed him bagging a hattie against Wrexham. That's what I mean. It don't make sense. Do you know what I'm saying? And then man are saying that Euro's weak here, but these men were gassing Garnacho for how long? Do you know what I'm saying? Garnacho is built like an 8-year-old child, bro. So again, like all of these things about these man's double standards, bro. I had to watch this fan base gassing up Garnacho for years, bro. Trash footballer. Do you see what I'm saying?
It's strong favoritism. And the thing is, with the 4 competitions, if ZIRKEE does stay, he will get game time. How much of the game time he gets, we'll see.
Yeah.
But like I said, that's a conversation with him and Carrick, etc. Because we are now going to be playing multiple games over, well, and obviously 2 games in a week, etc.
Bro, like what I wanted to touch on here is the Wrexham game. The midfield is the reason why our attack struggled, and this is why Michael Carrick deserves a knighthood here for getting Man United European football with literally 3 midfielders, bro.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I don't ever discredit what he did. He overachieved with that group. He massively overachieved with that group. Hence why I said he deserved the job. Give him, because I did not expect him, but most people did not expect him to do what he did and get the result he got and finish 3rd and have us high in the points table, etc. Because we'll all talk about the issues of this Manchester United team. Look how we're talking about the window. Not necessarily us, but people in general, United fans in general, how many starters we need, how many players we need overall. And he managed to get results and get performances out of that team. So nothing but credit to Michael Carrick for that. And now we just need to give him the players and the quality to do better, which they seem to be doing also. But yeah, with ZIRKEE, like I said, if he stays, no issue with that. If we get the 40 M's for him and he goes back to Italy, we have to go somewhere and we have to go get someone else. Hey, no qualms with that whatsoever.
It's no issue. They can go and get an experienced striker to be back up to Benjamin Sesko. But like that's where I think like the SAR links are coming from and all these things. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, but for me, it don't really make sense when you've got Cunha and Brian that can also play up front. Like, I just don't think if Josh goes, there's no point in getting another striker. You need to go get a winger that can play on both wings. Like, do you know what I mean? I keep saying it. Go get me an Iliman and Jai that can play on the left and the right. And then you can alternate between Cunha, Brian, and Sesko up front. You don't need to go buy another striker, in my opinion. I think it's a waste.
Again, it's all dependent on the preference in regards to what Carrick wants as well and what the club want. Like, are they going to go with a more not a Sesko profile, but more of a traditional 9? Or are they going to go, like you said, with someone like an Mbeumo or a Cunha or a Bruno who can do the 9 job? I'm cool. I'm cool. Like, I would go get Mateta. I'm a big fan. Like, if we sell ZIRKEE,
I'm a big fan of Mateta.
I'd go get Mateta as backup. I think he's a great foil for everybody else. I look at Ahmad and ZIRKEE. I look at Ahmad and Cunha and Dorgu and Mbeumo and Bruno. I think he's the perfect fit for those. Kick the ball long to him and he holds it up and he's good enough. If you pass the ball, not even long, if you pass the ball short into him, it can stick. I don't think he's not going to be big money. He's not going to be on big wages. I think technically he's got it. I think the physicality side, he has no issue with it whatsoever. Backup, cool. If we sell ZIRKEE and we go get Mateta, I go, hey. And he's different to Sesko. Even though he's more of a traditional 9, like Sesko, he gives you something else, which I'm all for as well. If you want to cross the ball, he's like Sesko. He can attack it really well. Don't have to worry about him adapting to the league. I think it makes all the sense. But like you said, Sa, that's also an option. But like we spoke about in the midfield rants, what is United's preference? What do they want to go with in there? What is the recruitment team saying? What is Carrick saying? Is it a Sa who is more Mbeumo Cunha-like? Or is it a Mateta who's more Sesko-like? Or maybe ZIRKEE stays? Yeah,
I think there's a possibility he stays, bro, to be honest. And I would quite like him to stay, and I'd quite like to see him get a run of games because Benji's injured, bro. So because Benji's injured, he's probably, they say he's going to be fit to start the season, but if he doesn't get a pre-season and ZIRKEE gets a pre-season, he's going to be behind ZIRKEE. And it was the opposite. it was the opposite way around when Carrick came in. When Carrick came in, Xerxes was injured. Sesko was available and on the bench, and then he was able to score goals and play his way into the team, innit? So it's one of them ones where if he was allowed to get a run of games in pre-season and then start the season, you never know.
Yeah.
You'll definitely see a better level to him. But also the midfield, bro. Like, brother, we see when people don't understand, yeah. Like I was trying to explain to Saeed, yeah. Yuri Tielemans, everyone's talking about how we set up the team to get the best out of Yuri Tielemans. No, Yuri Tielemans is the player that gets the best out of everyone. Like, it's the other way around. People don't understand that Yuri Tielemans, he's the catalyst. He's the facilitator. He's the guy, yeah, that makes a difference. He's the guy that helps us progress the ball from the first third and the middle third into the final third, or from the first third to the second third. He is the guy that can change everything for us. This is what people do not understand about the Yuri Tielemans stuff, bro, because his passing range, yeah, and his ability to progress the ball, this is what's going to change Man United's fortunes, because Xerxes was struggling, Dorgu was struggling, Brian was struggling to get on the ball because we had fucking Mount and Fletcher in midfield. Do you see what I'm saying? Like, who's playing that ball into Xerxes' feet? Who's zipping that into his feet? Mason Mount, fucking Fletcher. Do you know what I'm saying? We got Santos in the 6. So there's no one to feed the attacking players. There's no one to punch the ball into their feet. So already you're feeding off scraps, bro.
Yeah. But people overlook that because it's a team game. And also I think why people don't realize what Tielemans can do is because it's the name Tielemans. Because if it was Adam Morton, it does what Tielemans does in regards to the passing range that they both have, people will be like, oh, what Adam Morton's going to do for the team and how much better the attack's going to be. Tielemans will do that. I've been saying this. We've needed. This is why it was so. I kept saying it. I said it on your platform on here. Said it on mine. I've said it everywhere I've been. Before we signed Tielemans, bring me a Wharton profile. Bring me someone who can progress the ball from deep. And he is someone that can do that. Short range passing, long range passing. Because like you were saying, it gets your attackers on the ball that seconds earlier for them to do something. So whether that's Bruno and Bremo, Konya, Sesko, the list goes on. Whoever's in the front four, even his midfield partner as well. That's why I think Tielemans is such a great signing. You can pick up the ball on the edge of the own box and zip it through to the halfway line to a player. Like 110%. I think that's why it's such clever business to do. And like I say, we got Santos, go and get another profile, and then we just keep it moving. But yeah, Tielemans will help the team and will help Tielemans as well. Because whoever the next midfielder is, I think will help Tielemans. I think Maino helps Tielemans because they're two players that like to keep the ball. One thing midfielders like is a midfield partner who keeps the ball.
But this is what I'm saying. And even there was a video of Carrick talking about playing with Paul Scholes, and he was like, yo, we used to just do 1-2s in centre mid, like just play between ourselves. Like when you've got like a Kobe and a Tielemans, them two can just ISO people and just play little give and goes in the middle of the park and open up the opposition team. And then if they see a little gap, Tielemans can thread the ball into the wing. He can thread it into the striker. Like he can do all of these things. And Kobe can thread passes, but he can also drive with the ball and close space that way. He can break the lines with the ball at his feet. So it gives you extra options. And then especially someone like an Ahmad who likes to pick up the ball, invert and connect as well, because he's a connection player. Dorgu's a connection player. Cunha's a connection player. We've got loads of players. Even Brian, to a certain degree, wants to connect. He don't want to pick up the ball and run at people. Like Brian always he's looking for the give and goes, bro. Like we've got a lot of players that thrive on connecting. Do you know what I'm saying? And we didn't have the midfield.
Well, and that's this key. And you mentioned there, the best we've seen of Bremo was when he was playing right 10 and Ahmad was playing wing back. You know why? Because they can link
connecting with him.
Because they can link up. And then you got Cunha, who's that. I've been talking about how Cunha can do that. You have Sesko who can do that as well. Maino, Tielemans, etc. You mentioned Scholes and Carrick. Yeah, it's easy if you've played midfield at any level. It's great when you have a midfield partner who can keep the ball because it makes your job so much easier. Ahmad's also that as well. If we do sign a left back, he will be a part of that also. And we will have more goal threats. And that's why I expect to see a better attack. I think
that's why if Lewis Hall's available, that's the guy you go get, because he's a midfielder by trade. Obviously, he plays left back now. Like Lewis Hall on the ball is different gravy. You see what I'm saying? A player like him on the ball, like that, just bro, your technical ceiling, bro. Because now you're playing out from the back, and imagine if you've got Yuri Tielemans or Kobbie Mainoo dropping into the pivot, just to pick up the ball, and you've got a Lewis Hall to your left, bro.
Lewis Hall overlapping Acuna, who's drifting central. Like,
did you see what I'm saying?
Like, I like that a lot. I'm a big fan. Big fan. 100%.
It's different, bro. Do you know what I'm saying? So I think United, I think they know what they're doing. You know what I'm saying? And also, a lot of people want to overlook it, but I believe that Michael Carrick is the best manager to oversee a midfield rebuild. You couldn't pick a better manager to oversee a midfield rebuild at a Manchester United Football Club, because this brother was part of, in my opinion, the best Man United team that I've ever seen, bro. Do you know what I'm saying? And he was an integral part of that, because that 08 team, I ain't seen a better Man United team than that.
They're always the best team. And the thing is because he's been there and done that, so he knows what he wants. He also knows how to relay the information to the players as well, which is helping, particularly in the midfield. It's just now that we need to continue to go and get said players. But I have no complaints. I like what I'm seeing. I really, really do. It's just a continue of a midfielder, a fullback, a centre-back. They seem adamant about this left winger. If we move on Rashford, we go get a left winger as well. And then we keep it stepping. That's what it is. Like, bring it home.
100. So, like, with this midfield rebuild, I think we're going to do our thing, bro. Do you know what I'm saying? I do trust what he's doing. Like, even last season, we saw how close Kobbie and Cass were playing, and that nullified all the bullshit people were talking about, saying they couldn't play together.
They can't run and no athleticism.
There's no legs. I remember the Kobbie Mainoo memes they were doing with the burgers and that, fat Kobbie and that. I remember it. I remember the fat Cass jokes. I remember all of these things. Man was saying they can't play together because they both can't run, and they dominated.
And now all of a sudden, all of a sudden, that man can run. Now all of a sudden, that man got the jetpack, and all of a sudden, Mainoo's covering the most ground in games. And Casemiro,
but now all of a sudden, we need Baleba, because if we don't get Baleba who can run, then we're screwed. Do you know what I'm saying? However, Yuri Tielemans got better running stats than Casemiro. So...
And there's ways to go about it. Of course, adding athleticism helps, but adding athleticism with quality helps. That's why we've seen the best of Tielemans at Villa. Because you know why? Yes, he had athleticism surrounding him, but he had quality. He had Onana, he had Kamara, he had McGinn. Now, if we're bringing in players of that quality or even better, cool, it works. But a lot of myths get dispelled. I remember when they said Cunha and Bruno couldn't play together. And now the best Bruno we've ever seen was with Cunha on the left-hand side. And this guy had the most consistent, even outside of breaking the assist record. That's the best we've seen of him in years. You could argue that's the best of him since he joined the football club. But yeah, they can't play. But people forget these things. It's like, no, like you can make things work even if it's not your preference. And that's what it is. Like tactics and coaching makes a huge difference. And the World Cup shown us that. But some of the best players in Europe look bang average. I've been saying this. Some of the very best players, like Vitinho, I think I've said this, the best midfielder currently, look average. Goes to show you put him in
and Rodri, whose legs were gone in the Prem, and everyone thought he was dusted. Fucking midfielder of the tournament.
Midfielder of the tournament, because you know why? He had a system and he had a Ruiz next to him. So all of a sudden now it helps. Once you got some quality more quality surrounding you, a system, it can work. Like we've seen, like people, it's nonsense. Like,
and you know what's so funny? Yeah, it's funny that you bring that up, because out of the three midfielders at PSG, Fabian Ruiz is probably the one with the least PR. You know them, and that's the one that brought the best out of Rodri. Do you know what I'm saying? But the other two that everyone's in love with, do you know what I'm saying? Joao Neves, obviously, because we were linked heavily with him, and obviously Vitinha, who's got great PR, and for me, he's one of the best midfielders in the game. Like one of my favorite.
Yeah, he's like them two are just
brother Bruno with them two. Yeah, none of them three had a good tournament. Some people are saying it's Bruno's fault they look shit, which I don't necessarily disagree with, but at the same time, the argument could be the other way. Except it doesn't really work because both of them are better footballers, innit?
Yeah, but I expect you to play to remains.
Yeah, but the point still remains. The system is king, and we've seen that. Do you know what I mean? With two midfielders that are two of a midfield three that won everything there was to win in Europe for them.
The dynasty Rants. That's the team we all go. Hey, we would all trade our midfield trio for that.
It's a poor man's Xavi Iniesta, bro. Like
that goes to show. Because hey, run me being a poor man Xavi and Iniesta. I'll take it. Yeah. Run me that. Run me poor man Xavi. Yeah. Bring him. And that's what it is. And like I said, I'm a big fan of both of them as well as Ruiz. And you see it. That's why if people can't look at that and go, hey, system remains key. So all of a sudden, Vitinha and John Neves can't play football. And Bruno, who is the guy for creating, all of a sudden can't create. All right, okay. So they're just all terrible. They all went Portugal, and Bruno's just shocking, and Vitinha and John Neves are just completely shot. Like, no, systems do matter 100%. We seen it with Norway when they was bopping the ball and they couldn't get the ball. I was like, yo,
Sanderberg was dominating games, and fucking Ødegaard was looking like the player I knew he was, but I ain't seen in a long time. You know them ones. I was like, brother, I recognize you. You know them ones. All the times when Gunnar was telling me this guy was shit and I was defending him, and then it got to the point I couldn't defend him no more because this guy was dying on a weekly basis. And then I see Ødegaard in the position that I would have played him anyway, deeper, getting onto the ball. I'm seeing this guy is dictating, bruv, half turn, stepping past players, fizzing the ball into people's feet. I'm thinking, where's this brother for Arsenal? Then I remembered Mikel Arteta. Do you know what I'm saying?
Because he had Sandenberg, the other Berg, and Odegaard. Yeah. That was the midfield trio. I can't remember the other Berg's first name, but you don't know what I'm talking about. He is. But system, because he's got a role. Sandenberg can do certain things, and Odegaard can. And then you have Haaland in front, and then you've got Noosa and Oscar Bob. All of a sudden, you look like a competent. You would have thought it doesn't remain. But like again, system. Yes, there is a certain level of individual quality you need to perform in systems. Yes, and some players are just going to stand out because they're that good. But systems do remain key. Remain absolute key, and Vitinha and John never shown that. They're the midfield duo we look at and we go, yeah. And I didn't Ruiz, because I think Ruiz is top notch, and he's shown that in this tournament.
Oh, different gravy, man. You know what I mean?
And put Ruiz in there. All of a sudden, Spain started looking cold. I was like,
yeah, and also, like, you have to rate the coach as well, because remember, guys, when I was telling you about the Elise situation and that the manager should have never played Elise in the 10. Against Spain, and I said they need to put a midfielder in there. You see the way their coach clocked, yo, Pedri's a baller, but no, in this tournament I need the extra proper midfielder in there. Like, man can't do the luxury Pedri thing. Man need a bit more know-how. Man need a bit more robust in this tournament. Do you see what I'm saying? And it made all the difference, bro. Fabian's different gravy. So we've seen in the World Cup, people are trying to say, oh, international football is different, and it is, but not in the way that people are trying to make it out to be different. Do you know what I'm saying? International football is different in a sense that individually, if you're not a top player, you get found out because there's less makeup, there's less things to hide behind. You don't have the super rigid systems. It's only really Spain, that have a DNA that runs so deep that they just play that way no matter who. You put Zubimendi in for Rodri and it still works. And then you see Zubimendi for Arsenal, he's trash. Do you see what I'm saying? So Spain's thing's a bit different. But if you look at Portugal, if you look at England, if you look at all these teams, even if you look at France, like these teams are playing, to a lower level than the sum of their parts when you actually look at all the players that they have. When you look at all the players in that French team, they shouldn't have got dismantled like that by Spain.
Yeah, it shouldn't have been so systematic. It shouldn't have been so
nasty, bro. Do you know what I'm saying? If you look at England, the way these men are gassing up Rice, Bellingham and Anderson, that's over £300 million worth of midfield, getting absolutely destroyed by Argentina, who are meaty. Do you know what I'm saying? They couldn't even get a shot on target against Spain in like 100 and something odd minutes, bro. Do you get what I'm saying?
So glad. Side note, I'm so glad they lost that fight. Yeah, man. I'm so happy.
Hey, listen, football won. Do you know what I'm saying? Yeah. Football won 2 finals in a row. You know what I'm saying? So we got Champions League, World Cup. Do you know what I mean? I just had to throw that in there. Do you know what I'm saying? And then you look what Sanderberg and Martin Odegaard done for Norway, and you know why? Because they're just good footballers, mate. You know what I mean? That's the good thing about international football. The good footballers, this is when they get to the good footballers get to show they're good footballers, because you don't have meaty ballers getting bailed out by the system like what you do in club football. Do you know what I'm saying? You see, international football is, bro, there's none of this fake it till you make it. You know what I'm saying? There's none of this Elliot Anderson 116 million. Like, no, it's like, show me you're worth 116 million. Yeah, like, the floor's yours. Died.
Yeah. Which is not. Like, we know what Anderson is and we know what he's not. Same with Rice. That's why with the Soon, I know you spoke on it as well. I seen the video you did on it about what Soon said. I didn't understand the outrage surrounding it. Soon said what we all knew before the tournament. We know what Rice and Anderson are good at and what they're not good at. Like,
flawless. But here's the thing, though. The best thing about English players, is their PR. We know that. It's not the ability. Do you know what I mean? It's not their ability. And this, what kills me about English players and the English public is they vilify the media, but the media is the reason why a lot of these men think they are as good as they are. Do you know what I'm saying? Because the media kiss these man's ass. What the British media do is they build you up to tear you down, innit? And they do it with almost everyone. Do you know what I'm saying? So this is why, like, it's mad for me. Like, when I see the Rice stuff, like, they've built this guy up, from I don't know where. Because even at West Ham, like, brother, like, West Ham were always a struggling team with him there. Yeah, cool, they won a European final, which I watched, and he was poor in that game. But for the most part, he was in a struggling team, and there was an opinion that this guy was the next big thing, even though man was in a struggling team. Do you know what I'm saying?
They always need the next big thing. They always need the next superstar. That's just the way the media
as the guy that was going to take the mantle as the next English hype job. Do you know what I'm saying? So they've always got players in line to do these things. They tried to do it with Phil Jones, remember, and we signed him. Do you know what I mean? From Blackburn, and Phil Jones was meant to be the England centre-back for the next 10 years.
Yeah. Like, Fergie got on that.
There's always players that the English media ordain as they're going to be the guy, and they're trying to do it with Anderson now. Do you get what I'm saying? Like, you just see, like, no one's really talking about them, and then no one can shut up about them. Do you know what I mean? And it happens so much with these English players, and they actually start to believe it, in their head. And then when things go wrong and they get called out, all of a sudden the media is against us. But it's like the media have given you a whole career, bro.
The media do that because that's one thing. For everyone who says, oh, the negative side of English media, etc. And there is some truth to that as well. They do hype up the next guy. There's always a next big thing. There's always the next one who's the guy to take England to glory. And the thing is, these players are good, but it's like man, that's why I don't know if it's because the Sooners, I don't know if it's because he's Scottish and England had just been knocked out. What he said is like, we knew this already. Like, we know what Rice and Anderson excel at. We know their deficiencies. Rice, Anderson, and Bellingham, you know what you are getting with that midfield, which made it even crazier for me for Tuchel to go, we lack control. You pick the team. You picked the team. You didn't pick a team to control. You picked a team to play in transition and then had the perfect opportunity to play in transition and a counterattack and didn't counterattack. You did it. You just was like, what? Mad.
But this is what I'm trying to say. So with that being said, with the British media, it's like, how can you hate these guys? Do you know what I'm saying? How can you hate these guys? Because they're actually responsible for keeping a lot of these guys relevant, like whether we like it or not. Most of these guys are not good. Do you know what I'm saying?
They're nowhere near as good as they're made out to be. But I suppose it's their job to. It is like in a way their job to sensationalize and overhype and like, oh, this guy's in it. And also on top of that, some of it is belief. We've seen that. We used to spoke about how, as you call them, the mutants online will hype up players. So journalists do the same. Media do the same. They believe some of the stuff they be talking. 100%. Like when certain people, oh yeah, Rice is world class. I believe certain media believe that.
But I also believe that some of these, I got no proof of this, by the way, but I feel like some of these man's agents must just pay these guys to do the propaganda to get their prices up, bro. Because some of the shit I be seeing is not really making too much sense, my bro.
I think you give it too much credit, Rants. I just think they believe it, you know. Like, all right, for example, I watch the Good, the Bad, the Football podcast. I watch weekly, the one with Skull, Nicky Butt, and Paddy McGuinness. Quality podcast as well. Nicky Butt, favorite players, fan favorite, all that. And he was talking about the United midfield. This was a few months back now. And he was talking about, he'd love to see a United. He was talking about Rice, ironically. He was like, I'd love to see a midfield of Rice, McTominay, and Bruno. I believe he believes that. That is horrible. Declan Rice, Scott McTominay and Bruno Fernandes as a midfield trio. And he said
but
that.
But you know what's funny? I seen the quote that a lot of the Arsenal guys were holding on to about Bruno saying something about United should have signed Declan Rice or something. And I seen them two training together in pre-season before, so I don't know what the connections there. It might be like an agency or something like that, but they definitely got a personal relationship away from the game, innit? And when I saw that and the way these men were gassing it, and I was thinking, you know what, that's the exact kind of player that Bruno would like to play with, so he can do his running for him. You know what I mean?
Of course, if you're an attacking player and you bring me someone who's a defensive workhorse and all of his most of his best attributes are off the ball, and he's gonna give me the ball, of course you are. Makes all the sense in the world. What 10 or attacking 8 wouldn't want that? If you ask most 10s and most attacking 8s, who's the midfielder you would like to play alongside, they're not going to say someone who's just like them. More often than not, they're going to pick someone who's a defensive workhorse who gets the best out of them. Same way with wingers, like when we spoke, we're going back in time. Michael Owen, all the great attackers he played with. And he said, yeah, who's your favorite? Emil Heskey.
Emil, yeah. Because Emil facilitates me.
Emil, exactly. Owen played with some of the best attackers we've ever seen. Played with quality up like from Liverpool all the way through to the end of his career. And he said Emil Heskey. Because Emil Heskey gonna do the stuff you don't want to do. That's why. But
yeah. And Bruno's Nike, I think, Rickin, but I think it's an agency thing. I think it's an agency thing. And yeah, no, 100% you're right. So these guys are gonna do this. Do you know what I mean? These guys are going to do these things, they're gonna say these things. Ultimately, a lot of what I don't like, is that a lot of the stuff that comes out, it actually influences the general perception of footballers, bro. And this is why when I speak to certain people and I hear their opinions on certain players or certain situations, I can tell what they watch, because it's like a lot of people don't have their own opinions anymore.
Or you reckon it's more so from they'll hear the media say something and they'll run with that?
Oh, 100%. Do you know what I'm saying? Because think about it. Like, the thing is, my thing is, I just got a very mathematical way of just looking at life in general. You know them ones. And like, I heard the saying before, and if you can't explain the why, then you don't understand it. Do you know what I'm saying?
That happens all the time.
Do you know what I'm saying?
That happens all of the time. I see. If
you have an opinion that you can't even explain, then that means you don't even understand why you have that opinion.
Yeah, you're just saying it because you dislike a player or you like a player. That happens a lot. I've noticed that a lot. Content creating is a hell of a lot. Like, people will pull up in my chat, say certain things, and I ask them why, and they don't want to say, or they don't have an explanation for it.
They don't have an explanation because most of the time they heard it from somebody that they like, and now that's just their opinion.
It's like, because one thing about me, whether you agree with me, disagree with me, I can explain whatever I'm saying. I can give you the reasoning, multiple reasons why I'm giving my opinion on certain situation, whatever the case may be. That's why I say to my chat, you lot ask me whatever. Ask me whatever, I'll explain. And if you don't understand my first explanation, I will explain further. But it's mad that you say that, because I've noticed that a hell of a lot. I have noticed that a hell of a lot where, man, I'm like, so I'm asking, a man don't want to say. Nah, I'm not even here to shoot. Show me you're working out is what I say all the time. Give me your reasons as to why you believe it, because I might learn something new.
But a lot of people can't explain their reasonings, bro. And this is why there's a difference between having long form football conversations here and then people just having little moments and giving their opinion in little brief spurts and making clips. And even when you watch the television to a certain point, because everything's time restricted, man aren't really allowed to go into a certain element of depth unless they designate a specific show for it. So, like when you see Jamie might break down things and my man's drawing the circles. I think it's Monday Night Football, they do those things. But what if it's a fucking Tuesday night? You know what I mean? So now you're just chatting. You know what? But man don't know why you're saying what you're saying, bro, because there's not enough time to explain myself, because there's a man behind the camera saying, all right, wrap it up, guys. Wrap it up, guys. Man are just saying shit. Do you know what I mean? Man just getting sound bites.
Yeah, hence why I don't like. Well, that's why when it comes to Twitter, I don't be like going into detail on there in regards to opinions and stuff like that, because you gotta get your point across. No way you can get your point across. Football has too many variables to be getting your point across on Twitter and to be going back and forth on certain things. Way too much. Hence why you said it, long form content, but a lot of people can't do long form content. They have to do the moments thing. They have to do the short tweets. They have to do the small Instagram posts.
Because you have to show you're fucking working out flawless. And a lot of these men can't show they're working out because they don't know what they're talking about. Do you understand what I'm saying? And this is the reality. That's why the same man, Graham Souness, everyone's going on like the guy discovered fire, yeah, talking about Declan Rice. But it's like, this is the same brother that called Paul Pogba lazy when he dominated all the running stats for Man United. So where did that opinion come from?
It's true, because and that's another thing that you could agree with Souness on one thing and agree on the other. Do I disagree with Souness on most things? Yes, but the Rice thing, I was like, this is spot on, and I even take it as a criticism. Rice is better off the ball than he is on the ball. Why is that such a shot? That don't mean, by the way, he's a scrub on the ball. No, he can do things on the ball, but his better attributes are off the ball. He's a defensive midfielder. I would want more often than not my defensive midfielder to have great off the ball attributes, and that's why Arsenal signed him. You know what I'm saying? He's never been a line picking up the ball, breaking the lines with passing. Hence why they signed Zubimendi. That was his job they're supposed to do. Hence now why they're looking at Bruno G, because that's his job that he's supposed to do.
But bro, this is what I'm saying. Like, Declan Rice, yeah. Declan Rice is J-Lo blood. Man's got a different partner every year.
But you gotta get the best out of it, and that's it. You know what?
Every single year, bro. You know them way there, bro. They brought in Havertz to play beside him. Do you know what I mean? They brought in Zubimendi to play beside him. Everyone they put beside him, it's not working.
Yeah, now
you know them way there, like, and that's it's not working, bro. Do you know what I mean? And the reason why it's not working is because he's the problem. It's because he ain't got enough football in him. Do you know what I'm saying? That's the reality. That's why no matter who they put beside him, Thomas Partey as well, yeah, don't matter. Whoever they put beside him, he don't work. For England, Phillips, they put Trent beside him, he drowned. They put Anderson beside him, he drowned. Do you know what I mean? Everyone they put beside the guy, they struggle, bro. Do you know what I'm saying? And he's the only one that don't get the blame. He's the common denominator in it not working, bro. Do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah, to get the best out of him, what you need to do is put someone who has a lot of football. That's what you do. You put a Maino alongside. I guarantee you put a Maino alongside a Rice. You see a better Rice, you see a better Maino, and you see a better team overall for England.
But that was the best one we saw. But that was the best one we saw was Kobbie Mainoo. Why? Because he's the most football out of all of them.
They complement each other. Like, that's what it is. It's a compliments thing. That's where it is. Who helps who. That's why if you put a Wharton next to a Rice, guess what? You're gonna see a better Rice.
But if you're gonna play Declan Rice, you gotta play Wharton and or Kobbie Mainoo. You have to, bro.
Because you know what he gives you and what he don't, which again made no sense to me in regards to Tuchel, because you know what you was doing. I understood the way you was trying to play, why you played Anderson and Rice, but then you went away from that 1-0 up against Argentina, and then said we don't have control. So you played Anderson, Rice, and Bellingham for control. Big up S. Madison. Yeah, he does rate. Make it make sense. Go with whatever you want to go with. If you want to go the footballing route, if you want to go a mix, if you want to go the transition, pace, and power, pick one. You picked one and then veered away from it. And then said, well, we don't have this. Yes, because you left Wharton, didn't play Maino, no Gibbs White, no Trent, Foden, Palmer, etc. But all right, man. And yes, S. Madison, you are spot on, yeah. I would sign Zaire Emery the right 100%.
Bro, that's if he's available. But bro, like I said before, yeah, Man United always getting linked, yeah, with ballers that we're not in for, bro. And a lot of guys been using us to get new contracts, bro. If Man United was signing Zaire Emery, yeah, the way Man United been moving this window, we would just hear that Man United are in advanced talks for Warren Zaire Emery. That's it. Like, because that's what we've been doing. We're advanced talks FC, blood. Like, do you know what I'm saying? We're not doing all this interested anymore. Like this window's not showing us that you know what I'm saying? Man United haven't been exploring anything. It's just been, bam, hold the money. So the fact that man are talking about Zaire Emery now, that tells me that he's probably edging for more game time or a new contract. I don't believe Man United are in for no Zaire Emery. I don't believe it. I think it would be incredible if we could sign him because I think he's very good. Also, that centre-back that we've just been linked with, what's his name? Luchumi or something. I don't know.
Oh, the Colombian centre back you're talking about.
Yeah.
I've seen that. I don't know nothing about him like
bro,
that.
Bro, again, if we're being linked, do you know what I'm saying? Then it's probably not gonna happen, innit? But profile wise, that centre back, yeah, okay, like proper. You know them ones,
aggressive,
like athletic, left-footed, technical. You get me? And P'd off, blood. Do you know what I mean? The exact opposite of that midget Lissandro. So, like, it's one of them ones where, bro, like, I'll take that brother for 25 million, yeah, over Lissandro Martinez. Bro, to be fair, there's not a lot of centre-backs I wouldn't take ahead of Lissandro.
I'm with the profile thing. I'm with you on that. I've been saying this, man. I don't like our back line at all. Our starting back line, I should add to that. We run me some P&P in there. We need some more athleticism and enough pace. Because our back line can't even substitute that and say, all right, it's defensively solid then, even though it's not the most athletic and the most quickest. Run me an athletic centre-back. Yes, with a left-back. And I go, all right, cool. We can run that for a season. I'm cool.
If he's athletic and strong, he only has to just be competent on the ball. Man don't have to be amazing. Like, but man see Leach do a Cruyff turn, start wetting their pants, bro. Like, I don't care about all that stuff. Can you defend? Do you know what I'm saying? Like, every hairy moment that Argentina had, Lissandro was at the crime scene, bro. Do you know what I'm saying? Every single time he was at the scene of the crime, bro. Do you know what I'm saying? And that's worrying for me, bro, because he does it at Man United as well. Like, he'll do a little Cruyff turn on the edge of the box and then play a little 20-yard fizzed ball into someone's feet, and everyone's like, oh, Lissandro, best centre-back in the league on the ball. But it's like, bro, defending's about what you do off the ball.
Yeah, can you defend? That's where I'm at with it. Can you defend? That's first and foremost. If you can do on the ball stuff, bonus. But just be okay on the ball. I'm not worried about line breaking passes and stuff. Run me my defenders. That's where I'm at with it.
So, if you can get me a big, strong centre-back like that, who's technically secure, do you know what I'm saying? He's not an absolute worldie on the ball. He doesn't have to be, bro. Like, I saw what Upamecano done in this tournament. He looked really good.
He looked very good in this tournament.
That's really good. And that's because he's not amazing on the ball. He's just competent, but he's very physical. You know what I mean? And I need a centre-back that can just show you off the pitch. Yes, you know them ones there. Like, none of the funny stuff. Man are just going to barge you off the pitch. Like, hold that. Like, stay there. You know what I mean? We need that.
Yeah. I've been saying this for the longest, man. Run me athletic. Get some more athleticism in this back line, man. That's it. I remember when he dropped the shoulder on Bowen in the box. I do remember that. It was at West Ham away.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, so, bro, like, I'm happy to just have a physical, competent centre back. And if they're talking about 25 to 30 million pounds, this is speaking my language. These are the kind of ballers that man needs to be bringing in, bro. Because at the end of the day, we're one more ball playing midfielder. If we can get a left back and a left centre back, I'm not even too fussed about the attack. If we add to it, we add to it. If we don't, I don't care. We scored enough. Do you know what I'm saying?
I've been saying that that's a bonus to me. I've been looking at the midfield. I look at the fullback. I look at a centre back. But the club seem adamant on the left winger or a striker. Cool. But yeah, to me, central midfield, fullback, centre back. They're the three key areas for me. But the club seem more adamant on midfield, left back, winger. But we'll see how it goes. But yeah, I'm with it. Run it, man. I mean,
one thing I would say though, man said he played centre back in Motta's system. If he's a Motta player, and you end up getting him, bro, then I don't see us selling Josh. I don't see it. It would be interesting to see how Carrick wants to play. If Carrick he's fully sold on this possession football, which I am, then it wouldn't make sense getting with the Josh. Like, it wouldn't make sense now. Like, the one time you're threatening to play to man's strengths, you're gonna let him go. Like, it don't make no sense. So
yeah, it's on him if he angles for a move away. But we'll see what happens. But it seems you'll look at it and go, hey, it's me and Sesko. So maybe I get opportunity. We'll soon find out.
That's it. Like, look at this bullshit now. Man saying he's viewed more as a dream target for Man United. So basically, Fabrizio's making it up again. Do you know what I'm saying? A dream target, blood. What are you talking about? Like, bro, a dream target? Fuck off, man. Do you know what I'm saying? Brother, I'm just going to start dreaming and tweeting.
We could all have dreams, man.
That's what I'm saying. I'm going to say, Man United what Michael Elise say, bruv. Like, oh, he's just seen as a dream. Like, that's not feasible. Like, fuck you talking about?
We could all dream, man. We could all have dream signings, man.
What are we talking about, bro? Do you know what I mean? Like, man said it's a dream target and that, bro. Get out of here, bro. Like, bro, bro, this guy ain't in the know. He's a content creator, just like us.
You just started guessing, is what you're saying, and that.
Brother, he's guessing, bro. He's a content creator, yeah, who agents go to because he's got followers, bro. Yeah. You know that, man. That's what he is. He ain't no journalist, bro. Like, we need to allow it. This bread's not Ornstein, fam. Like, because this is pissing me off now. Man said a dream target, bro. That's not news, bro. Because remember, journalists bring you news. He don't bring us news, bruv. Man just saying shit.
He tells us what we already know. Like, Zaire Emery being a dream target, I think we would have known before.
Bro, man said, PSG, listen to what he said. He said, PSG don't want to change their midfield, so a deal will be very difficult to do at the moment. There's been no contact, but he's a dream target. Brother, safe. You know them ones there. Man say, yeah, man, like Beyonce is my dream woman, bruv. There's been no talk, there's been no talks. You know them ones there.
In my dream, like, is Sydney Sweeney my dream woman? There's been no talks, though.
There's been no talks.
Strong interest. They got strong interest. I ain't made an offer yet. I ain't made an offer. But it's strong interest. No, yes.
Anyone can tweet that shit. You know them way there. Like, anyone can tweet that. Man said, listen, there's been no communication. She don't even know I'm alive.
Nah, she don't know me.
Dream target, though.
Yeah, definitely dream target. But definitely, she has no idea who I am. Where's my dream target? Where's my dream target?
Man says she's married and that. Do you know what I mean? It's highly unlikely that she's gonna leave her marriage, but she's a dream target.
You try, man. You know, maybe, man. Maybe. You gotta shoot, man. You miss 100% of the shots you don't take, man. Shoot.
This is crazy, bro. Fabrizio might need to pack it in, bro. You know what I mean? Because man's losing credibility by the day. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, stuff like that is crazy. That's not news, bro. That's not news. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, so I don't know. The game is the game, innit? Like, he's not having a great window. He's not having a great window.
A lot of the ITKs and stuff, because deals are just popping up out of nowhere.
United been sending these man to the shops, you know, bro. You see when Yuri Tielemans got announced, bro, like Fabrizio was sleeping or something, bro. That bro didn't tweet for like hours till hours later.
Yeah, man didn't know that. Like, yeah, man didn't know. It's mad. It's mad.
Brother, Ornstein dropped the bomber here for Tielemans, bruv. Bruv, there was no Fabrizio tweet for ages. We were like, hold on, where's Fabrizio? Brother, you was crying in the shower.
It is a lot. Like I said, a lot of the ITKs and a lot of people in the know, and journalists and mainstream media don't know. Like the Rogers to Arsenal one sent a lot of people, to Chelsea. Because most people didn't know that shit. Yeah. Mad.
No, facts.
Man, a lot of people didn't know. Like, we just woke up, it's like, yeah, Rogers to Chelsea. Everyone was like, well, what? You know what I'm saying? Not even talks. Done.
Yeah, it's done.
Yeah.
Nah, it's a bad thing still. You know what I mean? So I don't know. We're gonna see, bruv. But hopefully, I don't know. What are we on? We're on Tuesday. Bro, I think there might be some more movement. Now the World Cup's done. I think towards the end of the week, guys, you know what it is? Man United have kind of spoiled us with 2 off-the-cuff bombers, innit? And I feel like there's another one pending, you know? Do you know what I'm saying? Because Man United just sending man shops, blood. Do you know what I'm saying? Man said this Lucchini data looks impressive. Hey, brother, I ain't seen it, you know? Do you know what I'm saying? But, boy, let's see, innit? Let's see, bruv, because our data team are cooking right now. I can't even lie. So if they go and sign this brother as well, I'm here for the data signings, that don't cost a lot, because the funny thing is, a lot of the other teams do it, and then they end up selling their players for dough. You know them ones there. You look at Brighton, everyone looks at Brighton, but then it's like, bro, Brighton had fucking Caicedo, they got Baleba, they had Basuma before that, they got Matoma, they had João Pedro. Do you know what I'm saying?
The list goes on in regards to
that's what I'm saying. They had the Stupinian, then they went and got fucking Kodioglu. Like, them man keep doing the data thing, bro. And I swear down, like, it slaps, bro. Do you know what I'm saying? Obviously, you need to have somebody that still has an eye for the game, and you can't completely go off data,
No, that's how you end up with Garnacho.
But there you go. Do you know what I'm saying? But you need someone with a bit of nous in it. So Ben White was there as well. That's good. I completely forgot about him.
Corella was there.
Yep. Oh shit, of course. You see what I mean? Like, brother, man could do a whole Brighton 11, bro. Do you know what I'm saying? Probably from the Premier League. Trossard was there. You see what I'm saying? So man could do a whole Brighton 11 probably, yeah, of ballers, bro. So it's one of them ones where if you look at the data, yeah, if you look at the data and you use your eyes, it should be a thing where you're using the data just to back up what you see, to back up what you're seeing, and not the other way around.
No, it's not data first, player second. No, you watch the player first and then see if the data,
and then you check the data, confirmed. You know what I'm saying? And that's what it is, bro. So, if his data looks good, for me, he passes the eye test for me for what I like for defenders, bro. I'm old school when it comes to centre backs. I like a brute defender, bro. I like someone that's physical. Someone like Konate. Obviously not Konate's bozo gene, but the physicality. You know what I'm saying? I like a centre back. A striker looks at him and he says, "Yes, a long day today."
Yeah, you know, you just take the ball off people. You do the yap stamp thing. We just take the ball off people. I get what you're saying.
That's it. Like, you know, bro, like centre backs used to be intimidating. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, you look at Vidic, you look at like Sol Campbell and these guys that Yap Stam. These are not the Brez that you wanted to play against. Like, you see Yap Stam's bald head and that. Man, see a vein on man's forehead and you're like, allow it, man. Man, I don't want to play. You get what I'm saying?
Just take the ball off.
That's what it used to be. And now you got these centre backs in vapors and that doing Cruyff turns, bro. I'm not here for that.
Yeah, players and defenders
gonna put someone in the stands.
Yeah, defenders who are good on the ball, and it's like, nah, you want to be tough to play against. I'm with you on there, and it's needed in our side as well, man. It's needed in our back line. Go bring me I keep saying this, an athletic, strong centre back. I'm a big fan of Lucio as well. He was one of my favorite centre backs. So yeah, we'll see what go on in regards to this centre back, but I like that there's rumours surrounding it. That's the thing.
And he fits a certain profile. He's left-sided. He's athletic as well. Do you know what I'm saying? So if we are going for left centre-back, which we should, because we've got loads of right centre-backs. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, we the fact that we've got Euro, De Ligt, and Maguire that can all play there. Do you know what I mean? And we've got an emergency Mazraoui that can do it as well. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, man need that left-sided centre-back because Lissandro's he's not reliable. He's shown since we've signed him he's not reliable. Everyone overlooks his availability, but he missed more games than Rafa Varane. We've spoken about it already, and people spoke about Varane as the sick note, but Lissandro's way less reliable than Rafa. So, and he got fucking injured again in the last game.
He got injured in the World Cup final because every time he gets injured for us, it's a long period of time.
6 months, bro. Like, he'll play for Argentina, and then when it comes to play for Man United, man's out for 4 months.
Yeah, he's out for a long time. Like, I'm with you. Bring me a left-sided centre-back. Bring me a left-sided centre-back. I'm with you, Luke. I've been saying about a centre-back for weeks now. Bring me a centre-back. It's needed. It's required. It helps the team so much from a defensive standpoint. We can, if we're going to do this possession thing, it helps us get up the pitch as well.
Yeah.
It helps us get big up.
Did you know this, Flawless?
Nah, I didn't know he missed 42% of United's games. That's crazy, yo. 42% is wild.
But that's nearly half.
Is that, yeah, that's all. Yeah, because if that's Luke Shaw, we're crucifying him. 42%. Yeah. It's ridiculous.
Yeah, get him out, mate. You know what I mean?
Just get someone in to replace him. If we can get money for him, cool. But get a left-sided centre-back. And then you have Heaven backing up that left-sided centre-back. I'm cool with that. And then you've got Euro. If it's Euro, cool. Because Euro needs game time. Like we was talking about ZIRKEE with game time. That's where I'm at with Euro. Yeah. Let's see how good you are. You need game time. Will he get it? Probably not. Carrick will probably go with Maguire, unfortunately. But I want to see. Let's see, like, our investment. Like, we gotta see how good you are. Everyone's telling us like how good you was before you got here, why we bought you, etc. Play him, but we'll see. Yeah, Mount
100%.
I would worry about Mount because Mount is just no good, and he didn't get game time last season. And that was without we only had 2 midfielders in front of him, and he didn't get game time. So now with 3,
what I'm saying. So when you look at it, like if United are targeting a left centre back, which it seems like they are. That's perfect because it shows that the concerns that the fans have, these men also have. Do you know what I'm saying? And if they've got the same concerns, if they've got the same concerns, that's a good thing.
I hope so, man. I hope they have the same. I really hope that they are looking at centre back and going, maybe it's the Martinez injury that's accelerated it along. I hope they're looking at a centre back because I think it helps us so much. I'm looking at Europe in particular. Not so much the Premier League, but Europe, when you're pushing up the pitch, them big pitches as well, quick players that opposition will have. I think it could be so important, especially if you're going to play a possession-based style and you want to squeeze up the pitch. Then if teams are breaking on you, you need that recovery pace. And if it is a new centre-back and a Lewis Hall, that helps so much. helps so much. But
Yep,
we'll see
I agree.
We'll see what going. But I like the rumors. I just like the rumors.
I hear it. I listen, people. But listen, big up everyone inside. Listen, run up the lights. You man already know what time it is. Make sure you subscribe to Sarcasm City TV. The link is in the title as usual. And let me know who's live, people, for a redirect. What are you saying? What you got coming up, my bro?
Blessings, fam, first and foremost, for having me on every week, as always.
Come on,
man.
broski.
So appreciate the chat as well. Big up to everyone locked in. Back live, 11 p.m. people. United Arsenal show. I'll be live with my guys TJ and Dunsey, talking more United, talking Arsenal as well. And I'm with Saeed in like 40 minutes, 9 p.m. I'll be on Saeed's channel as well, talking more Manchester United. So Sarcasm City TV, please make sure you subscribe, because I'm like 45 subscribers away from 17K or something like that. So you lot, if you fucks with me, come run up the numbers, man. The subscribers on Sarcasm City TV, trying to hit that milestone.
You already know what time it is, people. So now, man, big up everyone. You know what I mean? I appreciate you lot. And yeah, man, we'll be back tomorrow. You already know what time it is. Run up the likes, and I'll catch you guys probably on Twitch, blood. Man's gonna finish this 007 now, bro, because I think I got like 45 minutes left.
People keep saying this is the game file. People keep saying it's file.
Sick, come on, bro.
Yeah. Bro. People keep mentioning it.
It's crazy. So I'm probably gonna finish that tonight, people. You get me? So yeah, man. Over on Twitch shortly. Make sure that you join the Discord. The link is pinned in it, so you get your notifications. And yeah, bro, we'll finish this game later.